Okay then, yep, I'm fit to be live now. Cool. Let's see. Does this volume here? Does this give me volume? No, it doesn't. Good. Good, good, good. Okay then. So, yeah, as the title says, this is just going to be some bug fixes. Um, and then maybe I'll get into doing a panel rewrite. So, the intention is to start off as a new player and try and see through there whether we can spot any issues inside of it. So yeah, so if we look, I mean currently we have a nice script error in the teleport commands. And another thing actually, let me disable a module right now. There's a grey module at the moment that needs to be disabled, otherwise we get a nice buffer overflow. So I mean that in theory needs to be fixed, or the module just needs to be disabled, but as it's going to exist for the beta, we probably need to. I mean, I just need to fix the overflow issue that exists there. It's not a huge issue. It's basically the Discord link system. There's a nice overflow. If you send too many HTTP requests to an unsuccessful address, it can overflow, and if conditions are bad, you can end up in a bad state. So, okay. So first off, let's go here. Can I create a new character yet? That looks fine. I mean, that being wrong is fine. Oh, yes. I forgot I broke. Yep, there you go. I broke the character menu a while ago. Uh, okay, cool. Let's work on that then. That really was not what I was wanting to fix straight away, but that works. Character menu isn't even in this one anymore. It's been moved into base. Uh, However, this character menu is, what's the word? Bit clunky. Anyway, let's move you on to the right here. I'll take this one because I messed with. Where is it? Yep. God, this panel is a mess and does need a rewrite. So. Yeah, you can see here we even have a weird uh, character thing. Like, yeah. Anyway, so we open it, Where's our. Do we not have. I mean, you can see us overriding the character thing here, which is how it would have been done, but we have better ways of overriding stuff now. A lot better design methods. So what I'm looking for, I can't actually see it. Does it not exist for this one? Okay. Yeah, there you go. We have this char data table. So, where does that exist on the side? Yeah, got a beautiful ID thing there. Honestly, this character menu just needs a full redesign. It's got the logic and the render in the same place. So, yeah, it's not the best. So, yeah, so we have a set mode thing here, which doesn't exist on this side. Can I look at the open timeline? No, that's not what I want. So set mode is our value. So if our value, so if we don't have a value, then we can return, oh god, I think. Return for now. Because there isn't a thing there, yeah. Then if the current value equals current mode, where is mode even defined? Is this up here? Yeah, there you go. It's defined up there. Why not just on this object? If value does not equal 1, then valid move is equal to true. We loop through all things previous. So we loop through all previous pages. We check to see whether this mode of we pass in the panel. I assume the panels are always created then. That's probably how it's done. And then if it's not valid, we open a pop-up, we tell it invalid, and then we break. And then we have an if there for return. Why don't we just return here? Was I just conscious because it was in a for loop? So I thought to do it that way? Yeah. It'd probably be useful to actually put the name on here, but I suppose it doesn't matter. Yeah, we can just return here. We don't need this variable. Yeah. Then we can remove this line. Then if value doesn't equal nil, then we get the panel position, we set its position equal to x, and then we hide it. Does it just goes into, yeah, and then mode is equal to value, create character data dot data mode self. Okay. And then we set a position equal to wanted position x and wanted y. We set the alpha to 0, and then we set the delay. I know we're complaining because unexpected end. Oh, yep. But I haven't changed anything there. But if value is equal to nil, then how would it have ever gotten through? That's the bit that makes no sense. Okay. Let's try this one more time then. Actually, let's. I can't even load out a character. Sweet. Because I saved, yes, because saving a client-side file screws over at the moment, so yeah, that will need to be fixed. But then I think at the moment there's a lot of issues with character menu in the first place. Cool. We're back. Let's actually load this and then just open it up through here. So create menu. Yeah, nothing is here. What's going on? No, this is meant to be mode, isn't it? Yeah. If mode doesn't equal now, then maybe I don't. Okay, yeah, that was the issue. Cool. So, uh, yeah, this is very wrong. Once again, wonderful. Cool. So, why is it screen height at 100? This makes no sense. I mean, I see that we don't set the position of the old value anywhere, which probably is the issue. Uh, but I don't necessarily know where. Did I somehow delete some code? Oh God. Don't. Oh God, now I want to rewrite all of this. I mean, that was expected to be it. But God. Okay, so value equals mode, then we're fine. If value doesn't equal 1, then we check validation. Cool. That's fine, that's just us validating. So let's try to comment. And validation. We can move to the next page, yes. So if mode doesn't equal nil, then we get the position of the panel, we set its position to be, and we set its alpha to minus. So if mode does not equal nil, mode being that. Okay, so yeah, so if mode does not equal nil, then we currently have a panel, then we want to get the position of the panel, we want to hide it, we want to set its position there, and then we want to hide it. Okay, that makes sense. So why was that not done? Um, yeah, why was... Oh, because value got used. That's why. That had to have been a change at some point when I changed the code. Okay, let's go. We cannot go back because we don't have a target buzz. Brilliant. Lovely. And that is likely to do with how it didn't show the panel correctly or something like that. Wonderful. Oh, I see someone has joined us. Nice. Cool. Okay, so let's try to load up the character first. Yeah, that works fine. And the HUD, I mean, HUD is still showing through, so I need to fix that one as well. Cool. So if I then do something like that, click next, we get script errors. Cool. Target poses nil value. 386. How does get position fail? What? What on... I am... we then set the panel there. So the panel exists. What? Okay. Um... And this is the line that's struggling, right? Yeah. 494. Oh, we increment the mode as 1, yeah. So that then becomes 2. So then how does that... If mode does not equal 1, yeah, then we get mode, we get its position. And then target pauses until value. Um... Have they changed the function around a bit? Is that what's happened? I... Yeah. There's no print there. Let's exit out there, reopen then. Get target position. There's still no print. It's struggling at the get pause? Is that the... Or is just auto refresh not working here? For whatever reason. I mean, I wouldn't put it past auto refresh to be failing, but that seems a bit weird. Uh... Okay, let's try this again. What on earth? Yeah, it's the get pot. So okay, I actually need to go into the source code of the engine now to figure this out. So the line of error is in lower includes extensions. Yep, extensions. Then is it panel.lower? No, animation.lower. So there's another one. Oh, client. There you go. Client panel animation.lower. And then we're saying 331. New get pause is target pause at target pause. So why are you... Does this mean that... Okay, so this is the line that is erroring. Um... Okay, so then when we do this, we override the get position with target pos x. Okay. So does that just mean I have never called the set position with target pos? Yeah, that has to be it. I have never set the position of the panel. I have though. In... Wow. I wonder if this is an API change. Because they would never have been the other way around. Uh... So that's interesting. Wow. Okay, let's try that again then. Um... Okay, so no, never mind. We are still having issues. 331. So yeah, it's this makes no sense. No, because the moment you call it, it then but it is 100% 396 that's failing, right? Oh god, my stream has decided to unembed itself. Beautiful. 397 now. But it is this line of code that is doing it. What? This is still making no sense to me. Could it have something to do with maybe wanted position X? No, because it would have been set here. Okay. They definitely exist. Attempt. Why don't they exist? Why on earth? This is actually annoying me now. Three. Okay, so yeah, so that hasn't fixed it. Oh, did I accidentally freeze? Oh, I might have frozen code. Oops, that might have been me there. Let's try that again then. Yeah, it's nil. How on earth is it nil? There is no way for this line of code to fail, right? Self-target pos is equal to xy. How the hell? Unless position isn't going to set somehow, which is crazy. Okay. Oh, just a night thing. 96. 98. I haven't actually tried print mode yet. Or necessarily what type of panel it is. One, no, that shouldn't be an issue, should it? Because the panel that's used is this one here, which we send to we parent, we hide, we then we set its position. There's nothing here that should be causing. Yeah. If I get rid of that. Does it work correctly now? 393. That is absolutely crazy. How the hell did LUT positions break? No, that can't be the. I have no clue what went wrong there, but there you go. We can now actually create characters now. Uh, there should be a search bar for this, to be honest. Max character slots filled. Okay. The sort code is the same as what was used on the other side, and that's been inverted, hasn't it? Uh, God. No, this is the wrong code, the wrong panel. This one here, drag this one onto this side, and let's close that one. Yeah, so where's the sort function? Yeah, so we've inverted the sort. But again, we have duplicate code. There should just be like get character page or something. Here it makes sense for us to use this true break style loop. Because yeah, it just makes sense to do it that way. Okay, because then we can send the force back, and then we do send the response back this way, which could be better. Because in theory we could just say like a form failed, and then we could actually say names, and then the UI could update accordingly. But yeah, that's fancy logic stuff that I cannot be bothered to sort out. So I am thinking we are going to need to um, rewrite some of this. But anyway, so character slots failed, which is here. So that means this permission is not given to super admins. Is this registered at all? No, it's not. Cool. Now, how do you register permissions? For the most, this is actually relying off of wrong permissions. Cool, yeah, I forgot there's a new permission system in the game. Not like it helped us, because it's to do with other things. So, permissions are here. Uh, here we go. Permissions dot register name, which is this one, is admin. No. And then the default user group, super admin. Yeah, so what this is saying is that we can, any character that has this permission, or flag, or any person more likely. In theory, you could have a character that would have this permission, but it would be a bit weird to have this as a flag. It'd be more something on a user group. We go with that there's not an admin version of this permission. And then we just say that the super admin is the default group to give it to. And then what this means is that it won't be now. Oh, it is already here. Yeah, so I should be able to update permissions. And there you go, character bypass limit. So in theory, I should now have that permission. So let's try. Can I now bypass this? Max character slots filled. Interesting. Does that mean oh, that could be the case. Um, these are unformatted, so it's probably an unsorted. Why are you annoyed? Oh, it's line unused. Oh yeah, so it is. Yeah, messages are not sent yet. Cool. So we are looking for. Wait, no, this is the admin menu, not even commands. Uh, Interesting. Cool. So we're gonna need to implement some logic here, or maybe I want to implement it actually in here. Yeah, because yeah, it does permission recalculate here. So what we need to do here then is we need to go for play in iPairs player.getAll. Yeah, then we just need to recalculate their permissions. Um, how does it? How is it understood to recalculate my permissions based off of this? I'm not going to question it. I'll just go with that's right. For now, and let's see. So if I go out of here, and then update permissions, it might get a bit confused here because nothing has actually changed. So let me just update permissions there, and then allow it again. There we go. And now if we go back into F4, create a character, let's create a Sith again, give it a beautiful name, and go to fairly standard. Yeah, you might be Verdal, but hi Verdal. How are you? And max character slots filled again. Wonderful. Yeah, cool. Where's this one wrong? and not character bypass limit, character bypass limit. Any script errors? Of shooty game? What do you mean by shooty game? Oh god, oh I see. Yeah. So do I have this permission? Lua underscore run print entity one has permission. No. Interesting. I did not know who has permission could return nil. That's interesting thing. I suppose yeah, if it checks in here. Then we want to just recalculate permissions, which should have been done. Or we could have had a nil value and then that would have never been equal. That could have also been an option. That was in the user group DAO, wasn't it? Probably somewhere here. Yes, so group.name. Where would it... Wait, yeah, where did group come from? Oh, group came from up here. Oh, I see. Um, cool. I have no clue why your profile's like that. So group has come from here. Get user group. That doesn't. God, this is Have I not? I mean, that gets me the info of the user group, which doesn't help me. Where was the hook that loaded out the? Yeah, this one. Do I set the user group string? Please tell me I set the user group string. I set the ID, not the. What the? What am I doing? Why am I setting ID and not just user group? Um, does that mean my get user group is returning user? That seems weird. But then I did write this user group system a while ago, so maybe I did something stupid with it. Yeah, it considers me a user. Wow. That is honestly stupid. Why on earth did I do it that way? Uh, I guess that way should work. I probably could use ID or something, but that is actually retarded. Um, well, I suppose in theory, get user group should return the same string. But why am I using a? Ah, God. Let's not question it. I can rewrite that in future. And why am I going back? That should be right now. Yeah, how are you doing, Vettel? And yeah, because I need to recalculate it. That's why. Cool, we have script errors. That is promising, because that means my permissions have just been. Oh God, you really should try and sleep better. Got through that, and then character created, which is invalid, and then the create character thing messes up. Uh, cool. That is definitely a bit broken. Uh, okay, but yes, I can now bypass character limits, but we also had a script error for when I had the admin menu open. That seemed to be it. Okay. Um, this is not looking promising for only a couple of bugs. Anyway, let's load this. Let's load this guy out. Um, oh God. Number expected got nil. Okay. And this is in. Oh, it's in for me. What are dipped eggs? I mean, I always have scrambled egg, sort of Heinz beans on toast. That is so nice. Great comfort food. However, I also know American beans are very different to the ones that we have. So I would probably not recommend doing that with American ones. As from what I've heard, they're a lot sweeter. Oh, um, okay. Yeah, I see. Uh, do you not just fry them once on one side and then dip in the yolk that way? So regen starts out as a value, I assume. Yeah, I see that, but I'm just thinking I would just fry it like a normal fried egg instead. Or if you're wanting to dip, you just like soft boil and then crack the egg open. Okay, so you're not going for a raw yolk. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Uh, then we had an issue with the permission system. Permission. Yeah. Okay, so the issues we had were all related to character stats here in regen. Cool. Okay. How is my inventory does not look right. Yes, this does not look right at all. Okay. Cool. I don't actually have Discord actively open at the moment, but Vettel, so it'll be a while. Um. Okay, so that's a container with one thing, but that a different item is already in that slot. Okay. Cool. Something feels very broken here with inventories. Um. Yeah, so it thinks there's an item already in these slots. Oh God. These items have just changed what they are. Yeah. Okay, so that's a notation thing, and then that's a lightsaber. What is going on? Have somehow two items ended up with the same ID or something? Um, I'm probably going to need to add this onto my left monitor. Uh, just because of the details that might pop up. Well, technically they have popped up. So, uh, yes, let's have a look at items. And then let's have a look at the last couple ones that have been created, yeah. Uh, okay, so the lightsaber and the mining laser, for whatever reasons, you can see here, they don't have a database container ID assigned to them. So if I override it and say 12, and override this one and say 12 as well, and then set this to be 1, 1, and then 1, 2, I don't think that quite executes. Uh, there you go, apply. Yep, cool. So now if so I do actually have a container here. It's definitely not working. And then the items appear to shift and change. This makes very little sense. Um, yeah. So actually what's happened here is that the two things that had containers, they were created successfully, and the two things that didn't have containers failed. Interesting. So is something different about how those get made? Uh, oh God, that music. This music at the moment is cursed. God. Um. Okay, so on success of the thing, we add the items on. Okay, and then we create the DB types. So create DB, we call a creator down, then on success, and then if the callback has an on success, we call it. Okay, I don't quite understand the issue here. Uh, because no errors got made. I mean, I could do create DB with container, which would potentially work, but that's a different function entirely. So we create the item with the type and the data being empty, and then on created, that's where those two set their thing, and then on callback we. Why does that affect anything? Yeah, so there's one that always exists, even if you don't have one created, yeah. So it can never not error. And then there's actually another version of one as well. Okay, no, these two are deprecated. Cool, they're fine. This one's deprecated. So we actually return. So if we don't have an inventory ID, we actually call on created again. If we don't, why would a secondary callback affect anything? This is making no sense. um, so we get the success and then the callback itself, yeah. And potentially we're not getting the item fully loaded stuff called in either. Um, it makes no sense. The item is... Okay, let's go back here. So we create the item from the database. We get an item callback. And that item callback is called callback object, which it's returned out. Yes. And then if it exists, we then call on success. Okay. We don't call the item mapper. But in theory, it calls unloaded before, so that might not be something we want to do. Interesting. How to fix? How to fix? Um, yeah. It makes no sense. Like, how does the one that has async code fail? Uh, okay, so we do that. So we put that print in there so that when we create our, yeah, so when we create our new character, we will try and set that. Okay. And then I don't know, let's set it. Let's go something Jedi-like. Uh, yeah, that. Kind of Christmas, yeah. So we kind of don't actually want to send that pop-up. Okay, let's load them. So we got our script traits again. That's fine. That's chill. We're expecting them. So all four have attempted to load. All four have called set owner. At least all four should be here. So we have the lightsaber. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So let's go back over here and let's refresh this. So it's the lightsaber that failed, which was our first one that was created. Oh, very easy. Yeah, that's there you go. I was thinking that was. Uh, yeah, cool. So yeah, so lightsaber failed. And lightsaber doesn't even know it's a container at all. But training hilt, for whatever reason, has a container. Like training hilt shouldn't have a container. So, um, that's a bit weird. How does training save? Is this just something related to mass creation of items? It could be. That could be it. And so what it means is that the items we have, the the database IDs for them are wrong? How is the database ID worked out? So we select the last ID and we query. Yeah, I just monologue in general, so it helps. So ID is equal to ID or data. One. Yeah, that should be right. Uh, so I mean, let's just print ID. So we can see, and then let's try making a character. What does thespian mean? I don't quite know what you mean by that. Uh, okay. Let's put some more things on here. Let's try again. Cool, let's go there. Okay, character created. Um, 41, 42, 43, 44. Okay. So no conflicts at all with items. Okay, cool. So yeah, you can see here, not a single error in the item IDs that have been created. So this is not our problem. This has returned the ID without any issues for us. Now in theory the ID hasn't been two numbered. So let's try to number the string number and see if that's created some weird thing somewhere. If the ID is whatever for whatever reason wrong. Because we have a wonderful issue with SQL and Gmod that. No, actually, I didn't check the inventory. Yep, scripters and interesting. This time it appears as if we have all items. Hmm? What does he mean? I don't know what he means by that. So I don't necessarily know what he means by that. So, and I think we're just gonna wait here for a bit, see what he says. uh, so yeah, maybe he means in the SQL query. I don't know. Oh, he said that like 20 minutes ago after you did post the stream in there. Cool. What do you mean by data grip? What happens if I Google data grip? Uh, oh, I see. It's a code analyzer thing used for managing databases over using Workbench as I'm using. Yeah, he's not wrong. Workbench is not good, but it's what I use because I'm lazy. So, okay, so for whatever fucking reason, it worked that time. I did two number it, didn't I? No, I didn't. That was before then. What the fuck? Is this some sort of weird race case? Is there a race case here? Why did fixing it help? Not fixing it. Why did doing that help? Is it printing? Is that what fixed it? That is ridiculous if it is. I'm going to assume it's more likely to be the other one, but God. I mean, I haven't actually checked to see if this fixed it, because I haven't. The character name is too long. Ah, yeah, I forgot there's a character length name. One thing I need to add here is actually showing you what your name is. so that people don't put, because I'm so certain people will go like Jedi Acolyte or whatnot, because they're so used to inputting that. Actually, that's a lie. I know people will do that because they did that in the last closed beta that I had. So I didn't check the database stuff there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eh. Actually, I haven't encountered that many people doing racial slurs. So I'm not expecting there to be any issues with racial slurs. Oh wait, no, this is meant to have a container. Of course the hilt has a container. That's how you put crystals on it. So yeah, it was this one that time didn't. So can I put you in there? Yeah. Can I equip you now? I can. I know a lot of script errors. Beautiful. And that's probably because the item hasn't fully loaded. So yes, that is a bug. So if we go to shload and come to the mapper, can I pass in an argument and say, yeah, on created instead? And then if not on created, then we run this. And then we copy this over here and just set them both equal to nil. And then we get rid of the local. And then we just do an else. And then we can do the on created instead. There. Yeah. Everything has an uncreated function. It can't be nil. And I'll be honest, if someone has decided to nil it, that's going to be on them. If some idiot of a developer decides to nil on created, I'm not even going to add support for that. Because that would just be plain idiotic. Okay, so now we should be able to pass this in here, and then it still understand the fully loaded mechanics so that first load of inventory doesn't break crap. Cool. So let's call this with a true here. We can then get rid of this. And we can call the callback. Yes. There we go. So now I need to actually test that. So again, we're onto a brand new character. Let's create another Jedi. Let's just call it Jedi. Be very creative with our naming. Yeah, I mean, you do see some people try and go around that with weird names, but honestly, I don't think there should be a system to do that and built into the thing. Just because, let's be honest, ones and codes do not do well. I mean, maybe it'll do okay for what's the word? It might do okay for names. Because names are quite easy to work out. There we go. I've got a lightsaber now. Sweet. So yes. So now we need to figure out why regen appears to be failing. Um, so regen is affected by weaponry. So I'm wondering whether the hook is failing somehow. Um, where is stats? Yeah, because it's failing on the cache here. So it's failing around here-ish on regen. So I mean, I don't know which regen is failing. But we can do a low run and we can find out. Uh, entity one, get char, get var, force, regen. I then forgot to wrap it in a print. Oops. Honestly, at times I kind of wish the Garry's Mod console had the same thing that the Python IDE had. Yeah, so force regen is nil. So it is actually here that this variable is nil. So that means something else has gone wrong here. Hang on a minute. Did I forget something? Yes, I have. Thankfully, I still have the old code here. So, yeah, because we don't actually have this code. Oh, God. Yeah, I forgot to bring this over. So, I think there's a slight issue with this. Let's go check on the. Is that I think. Okay, it is called getMax and stuff. Okay, cool. So max delay and regen all work. Yes, cool. There we go. So actually, yeah, if I look at my health, it is 100 and my armor is weird. Yeah. Okay. So that should now fix that. Oh god, I don't know where I'm deleting code from. Um, who knows? Hopefully nowhere important. Okay, let's now create a new character. This one will be Sith, why not? Spam that bit. Then next character name too long. Hold on, they're annoying. Let's go like this. Character created, cool. And now if we open this one, we still get script errors with a right double. Yeah. I mean, it is here. Yeah, then we should want, and we want to check for reasons to disallow. So, for example, we will, um, we can check to see whether the faction is force sensitive, stuff like that. Or we can slap it on these, like, otherwise we set them to a 000 or something. Or maybe we set the delay quite high. I don't necessarily know. Because I still need to actually think about that. Uh, so yeah, I'm actually kind of thinking of increasing the sync delay on Force. Um, because Force is actually quite uh high anyway. let's put a print here, just to say if this code is actually running. Because I don't know. I mean, I don't see anything in here that should break force refresh or low refresh, but you never know. So let's try one more time then. Cool. Then next, create a new character. I don't know. Let's go that one. Character created. Yep. And then there we go. We have script errors, but it is regenning. Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. So I just didn't save the file. Cool. And then the scriptures I currently have are, I'm not quite sure what's causing them. But okay, so character stats back in-ish, but we need to restrict them again. So don't. What would be the has stat maybe? Yeah, has stat. Char player. And then for this one, we just want to see if they have on the. Should I check class ranks as well, or just faction? That's the issue, because I suppose in theory, if you do have a yeah, because if you think of like a Clone Wars, you could have a Jedi commander who would be force sensitive, but they wouldn't be a Jedi. They would be in, let's say, the 512th, but be of class Jedi, I would think. Would their class be 512th commander? Who knows? And actually, whoever says that this needs to be final, good point. That doesn't need to be final. Cool. So I'll just basically what I'll do is I'll just get the faction of the character, and then if they have the force sensitive boolean on them, we can then just go. So local faction is equal to char get faction data. I want to say. I know it's just get faction. I mean, that kind of should not be the table. That should be. And then if, and then return faction dot force sensitive. There we go. So now we can restrict who's given the force, and then we'll implement that on the stat side. So what we'll just do is we'll just set the values to 0. So they'll have no force whatsoever by default. So yeah, so then we go if wait, am I using a function up here for something? Oh yeah, you got here can't use. There you go, so we'll just change this to has stat, and then we'll also pass in the player. Cool. So both actually exist. So we actually continue and set the values. I mean, I suppose technically if it's not set to the character stat thing, they would never have it. So, yeah. And then client side, the hard would need to be updated, but that can be different. Yeah, there you go, that works. Cool. So, yeah. Yeah, there we go. So this now works. So if I equip this. So meditation sweep should not have been equipped. I should not have been able to equip that. But this code is old. Yes, I can see that this code is old because it's trying to call container here. Yeah, so if we go back to where even is meditation? Oh, lightsaber system. Meditation sweat. Yeah, self.container. Which I mean, I don't remember how it works now, but I don't quite remember if it works that way. It could work that way. Oh, there is, though I think I'll probably be leaving in 5 minutes or so. Because I did say I'd only be streaming for about an hour and 20. Cool. So, no, it's not even on container rights. It'll be on basis containers, and then no, it'll be weapon.low. Self.container is defined here. There we go. It is meant to, well, actions doesn't exist, so it errored, didn't it? Honestly, we should just allow it to return false here, and then we unequip it. That would work better. Then if success equals false, then strip weapon. Yeah, strip weapon, and then item set var enabled false. There we go. That works so much better. Just returning false. Okay, that's a lot. Yeah, that is a hell of a lot cleaner that way. Because now we don't need to necessarily do other things. And then another option is we'll also need to be able to strip weapons and re-equip. Um, hmm. We do actually have this on thing. So yeah, we're actually gonna need to copy this one and put it here. Because I don't actually think this on slot um hook is actually called at the moment. So I think that's a bug, but yeah, it's only under deprecated code. So I will add that back to the Trello. So yeah, I'm gonna just gonna need to go through the Trello now, uh, and just fix up the stuff that I have found. Um, so I believe that is done. Let's join that deck out. There's a total set on there. Not anymore. Border doesn't exist. Yep, that was. I mean, they're all the same issue. Character creation as a title. Not anymore. Character name text box has nothing on it, and it now has a placeholder. Uh, let's actually drag this over. Character creation faction models no longer exist. Eh. Okay. How to run us through? Yep. Yep. That's they do now. So that now works fine. Uh, and then also you've got character creation on success. It's an error with the pop-up. Yeah, the pop-up is an error. Cool. Anything on the side? Um, No. Let's have a look over here. Let's move that back onto. That seems to have been fixed as well. Uh, cool. Yeah, that seems to be it, I think. Other things I've tested today. Uh, yeah, I mean there's some unreported bugs that I haven't mentioned. Uh, actually, no, character menu breaks on refresh. Seems to be fixed. Uh, yeah, so this one is a. Let me write a comment on this one. Seems to be related to the inventory rewrite where the on slot move function is no longer called. Cool. Not sure about this one. Character menu preview, yeah. But okay. I think I'm gonna leave. Yeah, I'll leave it there. So if anyone's still here, yep. I guess thanks for sticking with me for the entire time. Um, yeah.